What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to Daily Wisdom, where we're breaking down some personal growth principles, 10, 15 minutes to get some bite-sized pieces that are applicable into your day. And today we're going to be talking about how your attitude determines your altitude. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, share this, tag someone this. We also put this on YouTube, so subscribe to this as well, so we can share some goodness and wisdom for each and every single one of us. Also, we have a private Zoom room, and you're more than welcome to join if you enjoyed this type of material. Anyone's welcome to come into this. So what's up, Zoomers? See Jay, Zheng, Carol, Pam, and Marla, and Annette. Great to see you all, and very excited to have you guys on here with us. But we've been diving into Jim Rohn's Challenge to Succeed. And I encourage you, if you have not listened to this audio, you want to change your life, you want to be able to succeed in all areas, I'd highly recommend look it up, find it, and listen to this. It is one of the most groundbreaking sets of audios that I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's changed many, many lives. And we're going through the 5 major pieces to the life puzzle. If you just focus on 5 things, what are these 5 things that can change your life? The first is philosophy, right? What you believe will determine how your life goes. Then the second thing, though, is just as important. Number 1, you have to be able to get what you know down. Number 2, attitude is how you feel about what you know. How you feel about what you know. And attitude is one of those cliche things, right? We hear these statements like your attitude does determine your altitude, right? You should think positively. You should think well, right? Obviously, we should do these things. And I think we all know that we should have a good attitude. But if I'm being real, I know that I can have a better attitude in many areas of my life as well, too. I think I have good attitudes in some areas, but maybe not in all areas. And I want us today to confront the areas in our life that we want the most change in. Perhaps it's in your business, perhaps it's in your finances, perhaps it's in your health, your relationships, whatever that it is. And if we look at those places in our lives, I want you to think today, what are those places? All right. And in those places, then, what is the attitude? And I'll tell you one attitude that is completely life-changing. This attitude, if we can get it down in the areas of life that you want to transform, then this is what unlocks the ability to actually change and transform. And start with a quick story. My attitude in life used to be this, no joke. I remember when this was in middle school. I thought I was the coolest person ever. And I had this one attitude about life, and it was this: don't try. You're only going to get hurt. That might be something that people have said after they got a breakup. That might be something that people say after a horrendous experience in life. I don't know if you've ever said that before, where you're just like, nah, whatever. What's the use of getting my hopes up? What's the use of all these things? Because I'm just going to get disappointed. And that was my attitude. And guess what? I was someone you didn't want to hang around before. I wasn't the most positive person. I definitely was not someone that had a lot of friends because of that type of an attitude. And then I learned these principles with Jim Rohn. And here's one principle, and here's one attitude: that things happen for you, not to you. Things happen for you, not to you. And you've probably heard this before, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard that, or put a 2 if that's the first time you're hearing that type of an attitude. I hear this. It's kind of one of those cliche things. But cliches are one of those that it's cliche for a reason, because there's probably some good truth in there. Awesome. I see a lot of you guys have heard that before. And when we confront these cliche attitudes, we have to be wise, and we have to think, do I actually do that? Do I actually believe that, right? Like, is there truth in there, right? Sometimes cliche things, and I fall into this all the time, into my marriage, where I kind of hear things, but I don't hear it. You know what I'm talking about? Ladies, you probably know what I'm talking about. The guy's like, nodding and smiling and saying that they're listening, but they're really not, So things happen for you, not to you. And I wonder, for each and every single one of us today, what is the impulse? What is the response when things don't go according to plan? When heartbreak happens, when letdown happens, when challenges happen, what is the reflex at that moment? Because the reflex at that moment will determine if we actually believe this attitude that things happen for us, not to us. And I'm to be honest with you, right? When I have a challenge, how about you? My immediate gut-like reflex is, man, this sucks, right? Why is this happening to me? Like, oh my goodness, again? Oh my gosh, why me? Like, that's my initial reaction. But I think what's important is how quickly can we change that into a response? There's reactions and there's responses. There's reactions and there's responses. Reactions are just how you just gut reflex react. Response is where it takes wisdom. Response is where you take what's going on in the world and you filter it through and you make a decision to think and act a certain way. You see, this is the miracle part here. This is when in life, as we're going through inevitable challenges, as we're going through inevitable barriers in life, we're going to have these types of disruptions. And we're going to have a reaction. It's normal. If someone slaps you in the face, I think it's a normal response to be like, ow. I think it's a normal response to be a little bit mad, right? Like, that's normal. However, it doesn't mean that's the wise way to go about it. Responding in situations with the attitude of this is happening for me, not to me. That is the part where if we submit whatever area in our life that we want to transform and change that attitude, I wonder to myself this. You see, Jim Rohn mentored Tony Robbins. You know, Tony Robbins, he's the modern day personal growth GOAT, greatest of all time. And he has a rule to himself. This is a high standard. And this is what he said. He said, I'll allow myself to feel anything because negative feelings and emotions and attitudes are normal in life. I don't think you should just only think positive all the time. Like, that's impossible. But this is what he said. He said he has a 90-second rule. Did you know this? A 90-second rule. With anything in life, he allows himself 90 seconds of misery, of complaining, of whatever bad attitude that there is. But in 90 seconds, he chooses to respond in the productive way. Think to yourself today, I wonder, think about the last challenge that you went through. How fast was your response to be able to transform the attitude? I was not 90 seconds, but I want to get better, right? I want to get better. And as you raise that standard there, think, yeah, 90-second rule is a great standard to have. And I think to myself, all right, how do I do it better next time? If I believe that things are happening for me, not to me, if I believe that my attitude determines my altitude, if I believe that it's super, super important, the next time that person hurts me because of whatever reason, instead of me in that moment having a cat-like reflex of raising my ego, of fighting back, instead, I'm going to just breathe. Instead, I'm going to step away from the situation. Instead, I'm going to think to myself, no, this is happening for me, not to me, and let me figure this out. Well, this fight, how's it going to happen to me or for me? Well, it is chiseling my character so I can be stronger in these type of circumstances. They say that diamonds are forged under pressure, tons and tons of pressure. So the only way to be able to forge your character is through all these challenges that are going on. So as we're going through these crazy challenges in life, as you're going towards your success, the inevitable thing is there will be a lot of challenge. The inevitable thing is there will be a lot of pressure. So in that time frame, can we choose to respond to that challenge? And can we choose very quickly to say, no, this is right on time, this challenge. This is how I'm going to respond. This is happening for me, not to me. It's not woe is me. It's this means I'm on track. This means I'm going to break through. This challenge was placed there so that I could grow and overcome it. And if we adopt that rule to be able to respond faster and better with a better attitude in all areas of our life, just imagine how much more your life is going to be able to grow in successful, great ways. So with that said, think today, respond. Don't react, respond. And as you go through a challenge today, which you will probably within 5 to 10 minutes of us hanging up today, think, no. James talked about responding. I'm going to respond today. All right, let me challenge myself right here. If you're up for that challenge to respond faster and better today with a better attitude rather than reacting, put a 5 in the chat. If you're like, all right, I'll do that. I will do that. All right, you'll have this little voice of James in your head, but James said this morning. So I want to make sure I can do that. Awesome. I love that. Great to see those 5s coming in. And that's going to really, really transform your life. All right, everybody. Hey, I hope this was beneficial. Hope this encouraged you. If this was something that interested you, what's up, Christina? Great to see you. Then come on, Monday through Friday, we do this daily wisdom portion. Anyone's welcome to join. We do these live. We also do them on replay. We have them on our YouTube channel, our Facebooks, wherever that it is. But if you want to come join our Zoom room, this is open for anybody that wants to just learn these together. I love being able to see you all together here in this Zoom room. Ask your friend for the link. You're more than welcome to join. But other than that, everyone, hey, have a blessed day and an amazing weekend. And let's respond today, not react. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody.